everybody, every rational person, all of us in the middle go, is that what lefties do? This is how the libtards act? No wonder we had Trump in the first place, because of idiots like Joy Behar. Then you get the president's son on your show, and this is like your moment to shine. This is your moment to say, we don't have TDS. This is your moment to say, we can be rational. We can have an honest discourse. We can agree to disagree. Let's just, I'll make my point. You make your point. Maybe when you speak, I'll be quiet. And then when I speak, hopefully you'll extend me the same courtesy of paying attention, and maybe we can talk to each other. Nope! Fucking idiot TDS Joy Behar got destroyed twice in 1 week. So here's Donald Trump Jr., who's pushing his book called Triggered on the show, and triggers the entire show. And then I think the audience got in on it, and then Whoopi had to like ring the bell and be like, okay, everybody shut the fuck up.
You guys are here. We're going to get to Triggered, the book, in a moment, and your relationship. But you did something that triggered a lot of people yesterday, including myself, by releasing the name of the whistleblower. The whistleblower whose complaint has now led to impeachment hearings. The whole point of releasing a name is to intimidate someone, to threaten someone, and to scare other people from coming out. That's something that dictators do. I've lived in China. I've seen that firsthand. That's not what America does. That's not who we do. We stand by our people. Why did you want to release the name?
Abby, I think it's a fair question. I think the reality of the answer is the whistleblower's name was on a little website called The Drudge Report a couple of days ago. It was in Real Clear Politics. I literally quote tweeted an article that had the guy's name in the title of the article. So that whole thing is nonsense. But I wish the outrage would be equal. I mean, there was no outrage when, my family got an exploding letter of, with white powder substance in it. They're protecting a guy, in the CIA, and there's great outrage. But when your family gets something, it's there. And that's a big part of the book, which is, it's not a level playing field in terms of outrage. We do live in an outrage culture.
But he has to be anonymous. Your family did not. There's a difference.
But it was literally millions of people, and for days he's been out there in the media.
But does that make it right?
So what's the difference between me tweeting about it?
It's different when the president's son does it, though, isn't it?
Why? I mean, I'm a private citizen putting this out there. If everyone in this room could have read this, I don't see any difference whatsoever. The reality is, it seems to me, and again, my point of view on this, it seems to me that everyone is outraged that his name is out there, because now people are saying, okay, he's tied to Joe Biden while Joe Biden was working in the White House. He has ties to Brennan, who's been leading the cabal on Trump. It's not, let's be honest about what it is.
But just to be clear, that's not why I'm outraged. I'm outraged because I care about diplomacy in this country. I care about how we protect the people when they see a wrongdoing, that they go through the proper political channels, and they are protected for doing that. So you can say that whatever outlet released it.
Let's not kid ourselves.
But the name has been out there for 5 days.
But that doesn't make it right.
But nevertheless,
But Abby, you guys, ABC is right now chasing down a whistleblower about all of the Epstein stuff because those stories were killed. So if we're going to have the conversation about the outrage about whistleblowers, you work with CBS stuff. You work with CBS to out a whistleblower who came up with a story that's kind of shady.
Can we stick to?
No, but you work with them. That broke this morning.
Can we stick to what we are? An opinion show.
Correct.
That's what we do.
Correct. Okay, it wasn't the most prudent decision to retweet an article, but I'm going to tell you something. We talk about transparency. The President of the United States released the transcript of exactly what happened in that phone call.
Yeah.
The whistleblower is giving his opinion or her opinion of what transpired.
I'd like to talk about.
Nothing was withheld. The other guy on the other side actually said, I have no idea what you're talking about. No one knew any aid was even being withheld. The other guy in the Ukraine, in terms of aid being withheld. So no one knew about these things.
But that's not true. That's a lie. Military aid was withheld.
Yeah.
Yes.
No one knew about it in the Ukraine. So there was no quid pro quo. You see all the other aspects of this coming out.
That's a lie. It was withheld.
There's been no prima facie case made whatsoever for impeachment. The transcript is there. The witnesses are coming forward. There was no
you have a lot of opinion
for that hearing.
But Kimberly, the military aid was withheld.
But not because of that reason.
And again, the other side didn't even know that it was withheld.
The timeline has been clearly demonstrated.
But that's a lie. There have been several ambassadors that have testified that have
there's others that have testified they had no idea that there was any quid pro quo whatsoever.
We have to go to a
Did
break.
Gordon Sondland lie then when he changed his testimony yesterday?
Well, I don't know why he changed his testimony. It's sort of interesting. It almost, he says something.
He's afraid of
on the
perjury.
record,
He's afraid of going to jail.
Or he's afraid of being attacked, like so many of us have for so long, by a vicious left that's running a one-sided sham thing.
Let's go to a
By
break.
Adam Schiff, who's doing a one-sided thing. Republicans can't ask questions. They can't do anything.
Children. Stop yourself.
You and your family have hurt a lot of people and put a lot of people through a lot of pain, including the Khan family, who was a Gold Star family that I think should be respected for the loss of their son. Does all of this make you feel good?
I don't think any of that makes me feel good, but I do think that we got into this because we wanted to do what's right for America. My father has been working tirelessly to bring back the American dream, who've watched politicians with no business experience send that American dream abroad to countries that hate our guts. He's brought jobs back. He's created unprecedented levels of unemployment numbers for African Americans, for Hispanic Americans. This is fact. You can argue it, but this is fact.
No, it's not fact.
For women, if you ask the question, let me finish it.
Yep.
For women, all-time high startup businesses. So I understand that he's controversial. I understand that he's offended a lot of people, but I also understand he took on the establishment, and that's the premier sin in American politics these days, to do that.
I do want to note, it's just, for me, it would not have been worth it. This would not have been worth it. And I think people can go to the moment when my dad had stopped someone from saying Obama was a Muslim, and the pain, inflicting pain on so many people wouldn't have been worth it to me or my family to the White House. So I just want to know, is it worth it?
Well, listen, I think it depends on the hat that I'm wearing. For me as a citizen, as a father of kids in New York City, it hasn't exactly been, peaches and cream for us either. But you know what, it is worth it. When I do go around the country and I see people who are affected by these policies, who are getting to live their American dream again, who are seeing wage growth for the lowest levels go up, when I see it happening with those people, and they tell me their stories, how they're so happy that they voted for my father, that they're so happy that he actually had the guts to take on those people, to not just accept the status quo, to not just accept
Only an
that.
hour show.
Yeah.
Try and bring civility back then. You can do it. You have this, you're in the White House.
And you're right. And you know what, guys? It goes both ways. And can you imagine, honestly, and you guys, you ran for president. It was absolutely brutal. They're up for re-election again. 93% negative coverage in the mainstream media about President Trump. They don't want to talk about the successes. I know the president, I know their family for 14
you guys are at the top.
years.
You guys
I stand
are
for them like I stand for you and your family.
Yeah, but
I get
but in all fairness, for 8 years of Obama, there was zero
reciprocal
criticism for anything.
I'm sorry. Now, what you can't do is you can't change the past. Obama became president, and the first thing that was said to him from the other side is, we're going to make sure you're a one-term president. We're not going to do anything to help. Well, I'm sorry, wait. I just want to say, who said it? I believe Mitch McConnell said it.
Guys.
And that you can look up.
But guys, look at what's going on right now.
But I'm just saying to you that this is part of being president. I'm sorry,
19 minutes after inauguration.
Listen,
Come on, guys.
Part of being president is having a pair that can take whatever heat comes towards you.
I promise you, my father's got a pair, and no sitting president has taken the heat that Donald Trump has taken.
Bulldog. That is bulldog. Yes. Stop. Go, Joy.
Okay, just to her point, he also called Mexicans rapists. He made.
He
Wait a
said
second.
that some coming across the border are, and that's a fact. Look at what's going on at the border.
Let her finish. Let her finish.
Called some Mexicans rapists. He attacked the handicapped. He bragged about
also
it.
not true.
Listen, we heard the access. Hold on. We heard the access tape where he bragged about grabbing women by their genitalia. She's talking about, that's what Megyn is talking about. She's talking about lowering the discourse to his level, which is horrible for this country. Even if people are working, we don't want to have a country like that. Do you understand that?
We've all
They don't
done
like
things.
the vessel or the semantics of the tweet, but nevertheless, look at the result.
We've all done things that we regret. I mean, if we're talking about bringing a discourse down, Joy, you've worn blackface. Whoopi,
No,
you
I
said
haven't.
that Roman Polanski.
I'm sorry, and don't.
You said that Roman Polanski, it wasn't rape when he raped a child. So let's talk about
let's
things.
talk
Come on,
about
that's
this. So
not
you
fair.
want to bring this up? The question came up.
I did not go in blackface, please.
No, she was not in blackface.
Thank you.
Sorry. Listen, being black, I recognize blackface. This I can say. Okay? I know it when I see it.
Back me up on that. That's
So
a
now that you've broken this piece of ice, because I guess this is the fight you wanted.
It's not the fight I want.
Yeah, it is.
But if we're
Because
talking
when
about character, if we're talking about these
are you
things.
questioning my character?
I'm not
No,
questioning your
talking about
character. I'm
father's
talking about
character.
you're questioning my father's character.
I'm
and
not,
I say
I'm
we all
sorry.
have done
I didn't
and said
question
things.
anybody. I simply said
Have some sickness.
that when you're talking about that your father's taken more heat than anybody else, that it's not so. Instead,
As a president?
and when yes,
Come
as
on.
a president,
It's
yes,
ridiculous.
He's getting crushed every day.
I think,
He's
I think
a
the Central Park
president.
Five took a lot more heat than your father has taken at his hand.
Oh, and by the way,
Name a president who's taken more heat than my
everybody
father.
stop.
record
Hold up,
criminal
hold
justice
up,
reform
hold
first
up.
back. President Trump.
We'll be right back.
The idiots on The View don't understand. You guys right there, you are all 100% culpable for Donald Trump being in office. Yes, even you, Meghan McCain, who we always play Name That Weight with Meghan McCain. We're like, if she dropped 150 pounds, I'd bang her. If she dropped 140 pounds, I'd bang her. If she dropped 130 pounds, I'd bang her. And then once we get down to about 100 pounds, everybody's like, you win. You could tell she used to be pretty back in the day. But anyway, she's not even really a Republican. I mean, I love John McCain. Oh, with all my heart, I love John McCain. But he's not a Republican. You know, he's like me. He's in the middle. He's a centrist, libertarian, call it what you want. He's a middle of the road kind of guy. You know, just like me. And I think calling him a Republican is why those of us in the middle have no voice. It's we either get the angry left, libtard, fanatical, hysterical, emotional, irrational Joy Behars of the world, or we get the far right that is just out to grease their pockets and steal all of our money. It's like most of us are in the middle, like Tulsi Gabbard. That's why I keep pushing Tulsi, but they just won't let her be. So anyway, Tulsi, keep fighting the good fight.